Hi friends, this is Jeremy with the 5 Pencil Method team, and today I'm here to offer you the chance to get 19 hours of realistic drawing training from Daryl for a fraction of what it's actually worth. The only catch is you're going to have to take advantage of this offer before the timer on this page hits 0. So, this class is called Your Guide to Drawing a Realistic Horse. And it's a step-by-step drawing class that teaches you how to draw a realistic horse from start to finish. That's every step laid out for you. And all of the skills that you learn in each class, those are going to go way beyond just drawing a horse. You're going to be able to apply what you learn to any hair-covered creature that you want to draw. So again, it's a powerful 16-part drawing class, and I think you're going to want it even if it wasn't half price. And here's why I say that. Because Daryl has spent his past 50 years honing and perfecting his 5 pencil method for realistic drawing. It's truly a different approach to drawing. It's really unlike almost anything else out there. And that's because Daryl and all of us here at the 5 pencil method, frankly, we cannot stand that lie that says that you have to be born an artist and that there's only room for an elite few to experience the joy of actually creating art. There are actually those out there who say that if you can't draw a certain way or you don't get a technique right the first time, you can't be an artist. And well, we've got a problem with that, because if you can hold a pencil and you're willing and able to follow the process that Daryl lays out for you, there is no reason you can't learn how to draw more effective portraits, animals, landscapes, whatever. I'm going to say that again. There is no reason that you can't learn how to draw more effective portraits, animals, landscapes, and more. So what Daryl's done is he's set out to disprove this lie with his 5 pencil method for realistic drawing. And that method is exactly what he's going to teach you in Your Guide to Drawing a Realistic Horse. And it's the same method that he's presented to aspiring artists of all ages and experience levels and from all around the world. I mean, Daryl has literally heard it all. He's heard from those saying, I can't even draw a stick figure, to others who say, well, I'm just too old to learn how to draw. Well, here's the reality. Those are just excuses and lies that people tell themselves. Because with the right method and guidance from an instructor who's a master of his craft and some dedication, it is going to take dedication on your part, but those excuses lose their power. Let's just take a quick look at what some of Daryl's students were able to achieve when they pushed aside that feeling of not having what it takes and they applied the 5 pencil method principles to their own work. So right up front, we have this awesome example from Sarah. And Sarah came at this from a very basic understanding of how to draw. And, she was able to capture the form and give us an idea of what we're looking at, but it lacks that pop and that depth and dimension that come with realistic work. But you can see that with following the process and putting in the time and energy and showing some dedication, she was able to do something incredible. I think it's an incredible transformation, and we're really proud of what she was able to accomplish. So our next example comes from Cliff. And if you look at this before drawing, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a fantastic drawing. I mean, we know what it is. It's got personality. It's cute. But there's just something lacking. And then you can see on the right his after photo that just by applying these principles, these simple principles and techniques, he was able to boost the realism and create depth and dimension and layers in the fur and just really make this drawing pop off the page. And next up, we have an example from Mark. And this is actually a drawing of Burdock, the horse that you get to draw in Your Guide to Drawing a Realistic Horse. And that first drawing there on the left, that was just his practice drawing. He got the reference image and he decided just to draw it straight out and see what he could do. And it's really a great drawing by any standard. But if you look at the right, with just some simple tweaks and some adjustments and these 5 pencil method principles and the guidance that Daryl was able to give, you can see that it's subtle, but the horse's face takes on an entirely new shape. You can see the contour and the flow and how the hair ripples over the face. And even the mane takes on more life and looks almost like it's blowing in the wind. So again, an incredible transformation with just some simple principles, some simple ideas, and a little bit of practice. So our next example comes from Judy. And again, this is a prime example of how the 5 pencil method can help you. This drawing on the left, it's fantastic by any standards. It's something to be proud of. But you can see on the left that even though it's a different subject, a different type of hair even, but you can see that by following the 5 pencil method, by following the process and practicing, Judy was able to create something that I think we can all agree is just mind-blowing. There's so much detail, so much depth and dimension, and it really comes down to the very principles that you're going to learn in Your Guide to Drawing a Realistic Horse. So I'm going to say it again. You do not have to be born an artist to have fun drawing. You just don't. And you can learn how to draw realistic works of art. And the longer that you hold on to the lie that you can't, the longer you're going to keep yourself from the fun and fulfillment that it has to offer. Okay, and another reason that I think you're going to want this drawing class is that it's been proven effective. Hundreds of aspiring artists just like you have taken this class and discovered what it takes to draw a realistic horse with graphite pencils. And here are just a few of those students. We've got students from all over the world, from all walks of life, and different levels of experience, and different levels of completion, and even different goals in their drawing journey. But one thing that unites them all is that they drew this project, they applied the 5-pencil method principles, and they had fun doing it. And even though we're talking about the same subject, you can see that each drawing takes on its own personality. Everybody who draws something leaves a piece of themselves on the paper. And I think you can see that in these works of art. So here's how your guide to drawing a realistic horse can help you experience the joy of drawing for yourself. One of the biggest struggles that virtually all aspiring artists face is getting their drawing started. It never ceases to amaze me how many people, they get excited about learning how to draw. They buy a bunch of drawing supplies, they clear out a nice space in their home to draw in, but they actually never make it past the layout stage of a drawing. And so the first thing that someone will usually do is they'll sit down to lay out their drawing freehand without any type of drawing aid. And what they find is that they can't achieve that accuracy that they're after, no matter how hard they try. And then they just convince themselves that they just don't have what it takes. Well, Daryl teaches you a unique method for laying out your drawings accurately every time. He uses just a couple simple tools to measure angles and to accurately transfer any point on his reference image to his paper. And not only is it a method that's going to give you accuracy every time you lay out a drawing, but it's also going to teach you visual concepts. It's going to help you to start seeing the shapes and angles that make up everything we draw. And what that translates to is better freehand drawing later. This certainly isn't the only way to lay out a drawing, and Daryl's going to encourage you to use whatever method you need to get something down on the paper. But it's an incredible tool to have in your arsenal. It's a great skill to learn, and it's something that you're going to turn to over and over again on your drawing journey. But maybe it's not the layout that has you bogged down. Maybe you don't have trouble getting the outline on your paper, but it's knowing where to go next that has you going crazy. Well, Daryl has a solution for that as well, because not only is he going to show you which pencil to start with, he's going to show you when and where to switch to your softer or harder pencils, or when to use your eraser, or when to bring in the soft bristled brush. And it's an incredible process of layering graphite and removing graphite, and it's really all just a big illusion. And he's going to show you exactly how to create that illusion of depth and dimension, and you're going to watch this drawing just pop off of the page. And you're not going to stop there, because in this 16-part drawing class, Daryl's going to walk you through the entire horse drawing process. That's step by step. And that's really just so you're not left trying to guess what move to take next. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm trying to learn something, I really appreciate some expert guidance from time to time. So you're going to see every single step of Daryl's drawing process. And he's going to share insight and helpful tips and tricks all along the way. And he's even going to share some video critiques of some of his students' drawings, and that's going to let you see where they were at each step in the process. So you're going to see firsthand some of those real-world issues, those common issues that everyone faces and that pop up when you're trying to draw a horse or any animal with fur. And that's going to let you learn from the mistakes of others, and you're going to be able to bypass some of that lost time and the emotional frustration of making those mistakes yourself. Now, with so much up for grabs, again, we're talking about 16 fully loaded drawing classes that are taught by an illustrator and an artist with over 50 years of professional experience. So you may be expecting your guide to drawing a realistic horse to cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And really, when you take into account the tens of thousands of hours that Daryl spent refining and perfecting his drawing method, and then you look at the step-by-step guidance that he's going to give you throughout the entire project, and even the massive boost to your quality of life when you start to learn how to draw, thousands of dollars actually starts to seem pretty reasonable. And the only other way that you're going to get this kind of access to drawing instruction from Daryl would be to actually sit in his studio and be watching over his shoulder every day. But Daryl wants to make the joy of drawing accessible to anyone who's actually serious about learning. So you're not going to pay thousands of dollars for this in-depth drawing class, and you won't even pay hundreds for the step-by-step drawing instruction that you receive. Your guide to drawing a realistic horse currently sells on the 5-Pencil Method store for $160, and you are certainly welcome to pay that much for it if you like, but you can have it for just $79.95 right now. Plus, just like all 5-Pencil Method drawing classes, your purchase comes with a 1-year money-back guarantee. And that means that you can download your classes today, and you can take them, you can test drive them for an entire 365 days. And if on day 364 you wake up and you're not loving what you've learned, just let us know and we're going to refund every penny. So go ahead, just claim this discount now by clicking on the button below. You have absolutely nothing to lose and so many new drawing skills to gain. So go ahead and click on that button and you're going to get instant access to your downloads. So you could literally start drawing as fast as your internet connection allows you to download those files. And again, regardless of your skill, regardless of what you think you're capable of, and regardless of what someone may have told you about your artistic ability, forget about it, because if you are physically able to sit down at a table or in your favorite recliner and pick up a pencil, and if you will commit to picking up that pencil and practicing your drawing skills for just 1 hour a day, and if you'll make up your mind to follow Daryl's process step by step and just stick with it from start to finish, there is absolutely no reason, I'll say it again, there is absolutely no reason you can't learn to draw more realistically. I imagine some of you might be saying, an entire hour? I don't have that kind of time. Well, here's the thing. How easy is it to spend an hour scrolling through your Facebook feed or lost in season 2 of the latest and greatest from Netflix? So you have to ask yourself, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a set of skills that's going to allow you to capture the world around you on paper and with your pencils, all the while relieving your stress and anxiety? Or is it an hour of cat videos and one less episode in your Netflix queue? You know, time has this funny way of expanding for what we make a priority. So I want to encourage you to not let social media or a TV show stand between you and a higher quality of living. So go ahead and get your download started right away. You can bring home your guide to drawing a realistic horse today for just $79.95. That's a total savings of $80 just for doing something that you've wanted to do for a long time anyway. And you know, something else that we've actually heard from quite a few people is that this is expensive. Well, I'm not going to deny that. This is expensive for some, but let's go ahead and fast forward. Bear with me here for a second. Let's fast forward a year from now, and let's assume that you've been following Daryl's process and practicing regularly. There's a realistic drawing of a horse framed and hanging on your wall, and when friends walk into your house, the first thing that they ask is, "Did you draw that?" And now you're using those skills that you learned while drawing the horse to draw other realistic animals for yourself and for others. How would that feel? Well, think of it this way. If you were to divide that $79.95 investment by 1 year, that's just 22 cents per day. So what's more important, 22 cents or having the ability to draw artwork that you're proud to hang on your wall or give to friends and family? 22 cents or the satisfaction of knowing that you made good on your promise to yourself to do more of what you love. Let's be honest, you and I probably have more than that hiding in our couch cushions right now, but that 22 cents can start you on a journey that will bring you greater fulfillment and satisfaction in life. So go for it. Start your drawing journey with Daryl. Please have fun with it. You have an entire year to test drive the classes and see how helpful they really are. There's literally nothing to lose, and this could be that first step you've been waiting for. So go ahead, click on that link below to claim your $80 discount and get your classes downloading immediately. You're not going to regret it, so go ahead and start your drawing journey today. I want to thank you so much for watching this, and I really hope that this has encouraged you to take that first step. And most importantly, I hope that you have a great day. See ya.